Hello and welcome to GrindslimeTV with me, your host Aaron. So let me ask you something. Who wants a classic? I do. Damn right you fucking do. We're talking about Mutilator and their 1987 record Immortal Force. Absolute banger of a record as well. Artwork's a bit shit, granted, but is what it is. Great band out of Brazil. Of course, that south of the border sound that you cannot argue with, which is just nasty and sounds like metal in pretty much in its purest form, really. I mean, it's dirty, it's disgusting, it's noisy, it's not particularly pleasant, and it's nice and sloppy as well. Not to the point where it's poorly played, but it's just, it's not overly tight. You get a real raw sound of Brazilian metal right here, and this is one of the daddies when it comes to Brazilian extreme metal, particularly from the 80s. Ooh, yes. Oh, God, Jesus. So, if you like bands like, let's say Sepultura, that's an easy one. Listen to this, it just bleeds morbid visions. What other ones are there? Creators, Endless Pain. Get a bit of that on there. Oh, mate, it's like Sarcophago, Volcano, all that kind of stuff. Holocausto, they've all got that kind of fast, thrashy, death kind of sound that you come to expect from those sort of, oh man, it's been a long night. Ugh, excuse me. Now, let's look inside the booklet, shall we? Got your lyrics and stuff and some band photos, which is always cool. I always like when they do that. When you see that, you think, oh god, is it going to be black and white like that for all the way through? No. We got the cool ass pictures and stuff. The lyrics. You got your fancy. Look at that. All from back in the day. Even got pictures of Silvio in there from the Grave Desecration demo, which is also featured on here. Which is awesome. 2 tracks of very raw sounding Brazilian death. And I actually think the demo recordings, like production wise, sound better than the album, which is never a bad thing. And we like a raw album, so nothing wrong with that. And like I say, from start to finish, this is an absolute monster of a record. Really, really cool. Little bits of like Celtic Frost thrown in here and there. Not a lot, more in the vocal sort of style, I'd say. But it's just classic metal, but extreme. Oh yes. Now let's have a look at the old CD on the back there. You got your boys jamming as they are wont to do. 9 tracks on the Immortal Force record, and then 2 more from the demo tape shoved on the end. This was put out by Thrashing Fist Productions in 2020, I think, something like that, a few years back. See, there's the CD. I think that would have made a much better album cover, don't you? I would have whacked that on there. Fuck it. Who cares? What are they going to do? Oh yeah, much cooler. There's also a little thingamajig underneath the disc tray, which is always a pain in the ass to get out. Oh, there we go. And there you go. Look, there they are doing their thing. All happy as Larry, being happy and happy and happy. Now, the guitarist, that guy, I believe, Alexander Magoo, tragically died at the age of 25 of a heart attack in a hotel room in England. So he chose a bloody beautiful place to die, I tell you. Woo-wee! Good for you, my man. But bad for metal, losing a destructive force such as Mr. Magoo. But yeah, this is a wicked little record. You can pick it up. Nuclear War Now, I think, is where I got mine from. I only managed to finally pick this up, like, it was either earlier this year or late last year, but I've been a fan of this for a good old while now. Because when I've read about it in Dale Patterson's book, Black Metal Evolution of the Cult, this was featured in that, and I was like, I've got to check this out. And yeah, really, really cool. Really liked it. And all these years later, I finally managed to own a copy of my own. Now, this one was also limited to just 500 copies, so I'm one of 500 lucky fools to have owned it. Although there's probably still loads left, you know, because this didn't sell well like at all when it first came out. Like with all the hype around like Sepultura and stuff, and the guitarist Alex was even asked to join Sepultura, but he wanted to stay in Mutilator, so Andreas Kisser took his place instead. But really, seriously, this stands on its own, and just when you hear that they're turning down like big gigs like that, and they see the potential in their own band, that's what I like to hear. Passion, that is. That's you can't buy that, but yeah, get on this as soon as you can. If you haven't heard of it, most of you would have, I'd imagine. But for those of you who are new to the game, Mutilator, Immortal Force. Take it from me, absolute belter. If you like your early sort of Slayer, like like Hell Awaits kind of era, it's got a bit of that on there, but mostly you're hearing sort of Morbid Visions kind of sort of sound on here, but really stands out on its own. It's a classic for a reason, and so many bands have taken Mutilator as one of their biggest influences, and listening is understanding. Absolute belter. So don't sleep on it. Mutilator, Immortal Force. Support the underground in your local scene, and I'll catch you on the flip side.